we're absolutely drinking and eating way too much sugar. And the mayor of New York, Mayor Bloomberg, trying to legislate us drinking no more than 16 ounces. I don't know if that's going to be helpful or not. We need to re-educate the public on the sugar. Sugar, even the slightest bit, begins to stimulate that part of the brain which is the reward cascade area of the brain. And you get a positive reinforcement by eating sugar because you get a release of that dopamine, which is a neurotransmitter that makes us feel pretty good. Unfortunately, the more that we eat, the more it will take to stimulate the same release. It's an addiction, no different than any of the other addictions that people face. And so we're eating more and more sugar. To give you an idea, in a typical 12-ounce can of any type of soda, the average amount of sugar is 10 teaspoons. Take a 64-ounce big gulp, and you're up to around 50 teaspoons. Now, how much do we need a day? Well, the person really needs no more than 6 teaspoons of sugar a day. So when you're talking about huge quantities of sugar that we're eating, years ago perhaps 5 or 6 pounds a year, now 150 pounds a year, you can imagine all the problems that we're getting. Heart disease, stroke problems, high blood pressure, the metabolic disorders that are leaving us to head towards the grave earlier. We need to limit the sugars, not just the drinks, but those things that also provide sugars, like the white flour and other things that we eat that have sugars in them. Can we get enough of just the fruits and vegetables? Of course we can, but you have to be willing to take responsibility for your health. Let's reduce our sugar intake based on education, especially if not for yourself, at least for our children and grandchildren, because in the last 15 years, diabetes in children have gone up 30 times. Wonder why? 1 out of every 7 has all sorts of problems like asthma, 1 out of 10 having ADHD. Think about what we're feeding them. I'm Dr. Mitch at www.drmitchshow.com.